Kate Hudson describes her relationship with Nick Jonas as a moment. He's like an old man in a young man's body. That's a little weird.
Kate Hudson looked extremely worse for wear during a ruckus night out with her unimpressed fiancé.
It's okay.
The slightly scammy world of fabletics. One of Moss's suppliers, Marl overseas, is associated with forced and child labor.
Outrage amongst her fans. I used to love Kate Hudson, but I lost all respect for her. Twitter user Tasha saying, quote, "Please tell me which part of major abdominal surgery is lazy."
Kate Hudson has been on a wild ride ever since birth. Her mother, Goldie Hawn, forced her father, Bill Hudson, out of Kate's life, and Bill never wanted anything to do with his daughter. That left Kate traumatized, but it doesn't excuse her disturbing behavior, like preying on a 23-year-old Nick Jonas when she was 36, or using slave labor to fuel her clothing line, Fabletics. There are a lot of dark moments in Kate Hudson's past, so let's get into it. Kate Hudson is one of those NEPO-BABY actresses that never really made sense to me. We all loved her in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or Almost Famous, but besides that, she's had a murky career. While she still is a working actress, she just doesn't perform like she used to, and today I decided to do a deep dive into who Kate Hudson is. In particular, I want to go through some of her worst moments, and I want to start off by talking about Nick Jonas. So tell me why back in 2015, Kate Hudson and Nick Jonas were a thing. She's 36, he is 23. They have a 13-year-long age gap, and a lot of people were confused about this pairing. The paparazzi caught them at Disney World, at brunch in Miami, and even leaving hotels together, which you know what that means. They never wanted to confirm this relationship, probably for good reason, but at the same time, they weren't shy when showing off for like paparazzi pictures. So is it PR or is Kate a cougar? Nick told Complex Magazine in February 2016, "Kate's incredible. We had an unbelievable connection as two humans who just admire things about each other and see something beautiful in each other." Which, I mean, that's a really telling quote, Nick. That same year, Nick appeared on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen tried to get it out of him that he's dating Kate Hudson, but he said, quote, "never confirm or deny," just adding that they have a beautiful connection. Comment below, what do you guys think the beautiful connection means? What's the definition of that? That same year, Kate told Harper's Bazaar, "Honestly, I keep that for myself. I feel like when you're in the public eye, you have to keep some things private." A lot of people felt that their dynamic was odd, and at the time it did not make sense, and even nowadays I don't think it really makes sense. But I found an interesting blind item that relates to Kate Hudson starting to talk a little bit more about her relationship with Nick Jonas, which is something I don't think he's a fan of. This blind item reads, "The singer's wife, so Priyanka, was pretty upset about the story about her husband and his longtime ex completely overshadowing her birthday and his generic post for her. Was he behind the PR spread, considering he called the paparazzis on him to show that he wasn't with her?" And I remember that Nick wasn't with Priyanka on her birthday. He also looked so miserable when he was at the Met Gala with her this past year in May.
Kate Hudson describes her relationship with Nick Jonas as a moment. He's like an old man in a young man's body. That's a little weird. Okay, so Kate Hudson was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and he said in 2015, 2016, there were countless rumors about you dating Nick Jonas, which you skirted around, including on this very show. He continued, "Looking back on it now, how would you characterize that relationship?" In a response, Hudson laughed awkwardly before giving her official response. "A moment? A moment," she said. "Lovely, fun, kind. He's like an old man in a young man's body, and we love him." Why did she say we? Who's we? Okay, Hudson and Jonas were rumored to be together almost 10 years ago. In September 2015, the actress and singer were spotted together at Disney World. And in 2016, Nick Jonas did an interview with Complex. And it says, "That said, he did praise he and Hudson's unbelievable connection, saying, 'Kate's incredible. We had an unbelievable connection as two humans who just admire things about each other and see something in each other that's beautiful. Out of my best effort to respect her and her privacy, I'm not going to say if we did it or not, but we did have a beautiful connection. Even now, I have so much admiration and respect. She's amazing.'"
This blind item reads, "There's been a nasty accident in Hollywood and someone will have to pay up. The issue is nobody wants to take responsibility per usual." But that's not the case anymore, because with Morgan & Morgan, regular people are finally winning too. They are the largest injury law firm in America, with over 1,000 attorneys and offices across the country ready to fight for you if you end up working with them. In the entertainment industry, these stars have a full team to manage them. Why shouldn't you? Plus, they've been doing this for over 35 years and recovered $25
$5 billion for people just like you. One of their clients was offered a measly $350,000 from an insurance company. Morgan & Morgan got them $12 million. And these aren't rare stories. This is what they do. What makes it even better is how easy it is. For in 2025, people, Morgan & Morgan doesn't make you deal with the paperwork or pay anything up front. You can scan my QR code and fill out your case within minutes. And remember, the fee is free unless they win. So you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, and you're not hiring a lawyer. You are hiring a full team who knows how to get it done. That is why Morgan & Morgan is who I would trust if anything happened to me. If you need them, you could start your claim now by clicking the link in the description below, or scan the QR code on the screen using your phone's camera. It's fast, it's simple, and it could change everything.
That was such a messy time in Kate Hudson's life, but I feel like she's reminiscing on it still. She probably still thinks about you, Nick Jonas, so watch your back. We do actually have a video about Nick and his relationship with Priyanka and it being a PR relationship. Comment below if you guys want to see that. I need to go and film it, but we do have it ready to go. But I wonder what Nick was doing with Kate when he was 23. Like, she has admitted to using drugs and getting drunk and having issues with that in the past. This is something that I think every single person in Hollywood ends up dealing with. And I wonder, like, back in the day, were they like getting drunk or doing drugs together? Like, what 23-year-old is interested in hanging out with, I don't know, Kate Hudson at that point in their lives? Kate has also admitted to showing up to undisclosed award shows in the past high and drunk. So it seems like Kate has had some of these issues, which I think also plays into some of her childhood. She definitely has some unresolved trauma that she has not dealt with yet, and we're gonna get to that.
Kate Hudson looked extremely worse for wear during a ruckus night out with her unimpressed fiancé, Danny Fujikawa, in New York City on Monday. The actress struggled to keep her eyes open and leaned on a doorframe around 2 a.m. while holding a drink during her boozy night out. A somber Fujikawa was seen giving the star a stern look as she smirked and chatted with pals before raising her leg high in the air after performing at the Soho sessions. The animated star cut a chic figure in a gray coat paired with smoky eye makeup and tousled locks. Kate was also seen appearing to break into song as she gestured at her companions before holding a mystery man's hand.
But behind the cameras, Kate's life has not always been so glamorous. She's had a lot of heartbreak, starting with her own father. So Kate has famous parents on both sides. Her mother is Goldie Hawn, and her father is musician Bill Hudson. They broke up, though, in 1982, and it looks like Goldie moved on with Kurt Russell. Kate and her brother Oliver were really young, and pretty much Kurt became their father. And to this day, Kate Hudson considers Kurt her dad, because he's the man who raised her. But it's not like her father Bill wasn't around, because like I said, he was famous. He walked out of the picture and he did not look back. Oh, that's so sad. Kate is not in contact with her biological father. Bill even told the Daily Mail in 2015 that he no longer considers Kate and Oliver, her brother, his children. He claims that Goldie Hawn had forced his decades-long estrangement from them, and pretty much she's the one to blame, and he doesn't consider them his kids, which is crazy work. I mean, he has all the resources in the world, and now his children are grown up, so they could go meet and have somewhat of a relationship, and it seems like Kate is holding out for that. She did an interview talking about their estrangement and how their relationship is starting to warm up, but it doesn't seem hopeful.
What's your relationship with him now? I don't really have one, but it's like it's warming up. There's warming ups of this all happening, but it'll be whatever it will be. You know, I have no expectation of that with my father. You know, it's like I just want him to be happy.
Since we were talking about the parents, let's go ahead and talk about her nepotism, because Kate Hudson actually made a statement about it, which I think is so cringe that she just doesn't care. Kate Hudson said, "The nepotism thing, I mean, I don't really care. I look at my kids and we're a storytelling family. It's definitely in our blood. People can call it whatever they want, but that's not going to change." I guess she's like ready to push her kids off into stardom. I actually think there are other industries where it's more common, maybe modeling. I see it in business way more than I see it in Hollywood. Sometimes I've been in business meetings where I'm like, wait, whose child is this? Like, this person knows nothing. I don't care where you're from or what your relationship to the business is. If you work hard and kill it, it doesn't matter. She says that's what happens when you grow up with two movie stars as parents. Your bullshit detector is up here. You see it all. When you're little, you're like, oh, that person's full of it. That person's full of crap. I think it works really well when you're doing a murder mystery.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying that nepotism babies don't work hard or just don't put any effort. That's obviously not true. A lot of Nepo babies do that. But that's not the point. You think the discussion is, well, they don't work hard enough and that they're just getting these opportunities because their family's rich, blah, blah, blah. That's not the discussion at hand. The discussion is that people who are powerful are having children who are just easily getting into Hollywood. While so many people who are actually trying to work into Hollywood aren't getting the same opportunities because they don't have a powerful family backing them up. And a lot of the people who are having this discussion want people to be more upfront and honest about this. Because a lot of people like to paint this homegrown image about themselves, which is lying to their fans. And that is not cool. Again, not all Nepo babies are like the way I'm describing them. There are a lot of Nepo babies who are genuinely very talented and are getting opportunities constantly because of their talent. But they got into the industry much easier because they have a powerful family backing them up. That is literally the truth. That is nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hide, nothing to be scared of, nothing to fight back on. Just own it.
Now, because Kate Hudson is this Nepo baby, she's had a lot of privilege. If you guys have not heard of Fabletics, she has been a huge part of it because it is her company. They launched in 2013 and they've been able to go and collaborate with a bunch of other brands. Like, I know Lizzo does her Yitty collection with them. In 2021, Time Magazine released a piece saying that people who were making Fabletics were dealing with an abusive workplace. Fabletics was made in a small country in southern Africa, and it looks like the workers were being harmed verbally and, violating wise. We can't say everything on YouTube. One worker said that the supervisor would not allow her to take bathroom breaks, while another said that they were forced to crawl on the factory floor as punishment from that same supervisor. Now, of course, Kate Hudson said she was completely unaware of what was happening in the factory that made her clothing line, which is convenient. But on top of Fabletics possibly having a terrible workplace, it's also been labeled as a scam company. The business model for the company requires users to sign up for the VIP club in order to purchase clothing at a discounted rate. So essentially you have to have like a Costco membership to go and shop this clothing line to get these discounted rates that they promise. So it's interesting, you're paying for something already and you're not even getting anything from that. That's just to go and purchase the items. Kate defended the company, simply saying, "You cannot please everyone." I can't imagine Kate Hudson comfortably being like, I can't please everyone. I mean, even Cher called out Fabletics for this. So she's just, I guess, going with it. Kind of reminds me of the whole nepotism thing. She's like, I don't really care. She doesn't care.
Let's dive into the slightly scammy world of Fabletics. They also offer like these VIP memberships. But of course, not only their subscription services are really sketchy. If we look here, we'll see that Fabletics has been sourcing from Moss Intimates. If you aren't familiar with Moss Holdings, I'll just give you a little breakdown here. One of Moss's suppliers, Marl Overseas, is associated with forced and child labor. We could also talk about Brandix Apparel. They've got some really nice forced labor connections too. All that red here means that these suppliers have indications or evidence of forced labor, all heading into Brandix's supply chain. We can also talk about how they're working with a company that's operating in Jordan, also been found to have serious labor issues. Forced labor doesn't pull on your heartstrings. There's also this one, found in 2023, dumping wastewater into rivers. Or the fact that they have been alerted more than 2 times that their clothes may have around 40 times the safe limit of BPAs. The only thing maybe more toxic than the BPAs is trying to keep pushing Khloe Kardashian at us. We don't want that.
Now, here's a stupid moment whenever she decided to shave her head. Kate Hudson had some scrutiny when she shaved her head for a movie in 2017, stating the character she was playing is a shaved head kind of girl. She also made comments on how easy it is to care for and how she doesn't miss her long hair at all. Now, there are some criticisms we're going to talk about, but I think you guys need to see the clip first.
You look stunning. I love the short hair.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Hey. It's a change.
It's very sexy, yeah.
Different.
That's a big change. Has your hair ever been this short?
No. Oh my God. And it was a buzz. I mean, now it's like long. Now I'm like, wow, look how long my hair is.
Was this for a part, or were you in the military for a while? We didn't know about it.
No. No, it was for a movie. It was for this film I did that Sia, the singer, the artist,
yes.
she wrote and directed a musical.
That's amazing.
And of course she was like, will you shave your head? And I was like, yep. And I did.
And so are you getting used to this? Because
I'm getting used to it. I'm starting to like wish for an inch longer so I can start to do more things with it because I'm getting a little, I'm very female. So I like to do lots of different things with my hair.
I noticed, yes. You were,
Now it's more about like boredom than it is about, but I love how easy it is. I do.
Now, one of the reasons I bring this up is because a week after she did this press talking about her hair and how easy it was, she was spotted wearing a wig. Kate apparently ended up regretting her decision as she was spotted wearing a long blonde wig while stepping out on the town. But I mean, screw the hair. What I'm more interested in is the movie she was talking about. It was a movie directed by Sia, and it's titled Music, and a lot of people were not happy about it. We talked about it on the channel because it was denounced for its depiction of youth of autism spectrum. Maddie Ziegler, who is not autistic, actually played an autistic character, and a lot of people felt like you could go and maybe get someone who's truly autistic for that. Kate Hudson commented on the situation while on Jimmy Kimmel, and she said, "We really want to tell the best stories, and when people feel upset about anything, it's our job to listen and encourage more conversation with other people who want to tell these stories." Which I'm like, okay, that sounds like a ChatGPT answer. I don't even know what to take away from that. Let's talk about another moment in 2017 when Kate Hudson was called out after she described her C-section birth is lazy. Ouch. I mean, any birth sounds so difficult. Shout out to all the moms out there. She was speaking about her C-section experience, which celebrities always do this, just talk about their birth experiences. And she said it was the laziest thing that she had ever done. Immediately, people said it was so insensitive, shaming a way that so many people do not choose to have their babies but have to. I labored for over 24 hours before it was no longer safe for me and my baby. I think that's the furthest thing from lazy. Another person wrote, I don't know what sort of C-section you had, but the one I had was far from lazy. Also, if you have had that before, comment below if what your experience is. Would you describe it as lazy?
Outrage amongst her fans. Brittany Abram posting, I used to love Kate Hudson, but I lost all respect for her. Twitter user Tasha saying, quote, please tell me which part of major abdominal surgery is lazy. The procedure, the heal time, the 9 months of work prior. But others online are coming to the actress's defense, saying, calm down, it's her own personal opinion. It may have been taken out of context. But others online, well, they still want a public apology from Kate Hudson. So definitely there's two sides to this argument.
Well, has she responded, Audrey?
She has not responded publicly, so we're still waiting for that. But again, this was like a personal opinion thing, a real, supposed to be something fun. And you know, she may have opted not to do natural birth.
Moving on to another moment, in 2025, Kate Hudson nearly exposed herself on stage. Her dress was having a wardrobe malfunction. Now, this happened when she was doing a panel for her Netflix project, Running Point, and it looks like her dress started to kind of slip away. Brenda Song is actually her co-star, and she came through trying to save Kate from the embarrassment. And you know what happens to the best of us? But here's that moment.
It's okay.
Oh, I wonder how many times that's gonna happen.
Fantastic.
I just got so excited. Brenda.
Okay, we got it. I did this on purpose.
I got it.
You got it? Thank you, Justin.
Just keep talking.
That's a very Lindsay Lohan thing of Kate Hudson to do, but I want to hear what you guys think of this video in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? Who do you want me to do a deep dive into next? My email is SloanWellKnown@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.